I want to not react to, but I guess talk about Rekrap1’s, who is a Minecraft YouTuber. His recent video, my first breakup. Um, anyway, so I watched that video twice, um, just to kind of get a better sense and understanding of his experience and all the points he's going through. Red Crab is always so friendly, professional. He's just good at what he does, and you can tell. You can tell he used to be a good student when he was back in school, and you can tell he, I mean, he's really good at Minecraft, and he's really smart, and he's really easygoing. He was like probably the biggest creator in like Naked and Afraid's Minecraft series he did with other different Minecraft YouTubers. So yeah, he's like those. He's like a successful person archetype, and especially he's so young. He's only 24, and he paid off. Was he 23 or 24? And he already paid off his house a few years back, which is really impressive, right, for young people. Even even though he lives in Utah, so it's a little bit different compared to like major cities, but still. Um, I wanted to talk about it because I realized it's something that's not talked about, like breakup, right? I mean, there are people talking about breakup, but it's like, I guess it's not glamorous enough to be really accepted into the main culture in America or any culture really. I guess people just show off, like on social media, right? On YouTube. Like all people do is just show off their relationship, show off their life, show off their lifestyle. No one really talk about the struggles, like for example, a breakup and a lot of things that he said. I think Rekrap, I mean, he's just honest in general, and I think all of the topic he went through is also very spot on and relatable. I don't know. I guess he's just on point with all that he says, and it's relatable for that because how honest he is. So, I mean, a few things that he stress on and I find really relatable is first, he talked about the pain of breakup. He said something like, it's heartbreak, right? It's called heartbreak for a reason. Like it hurts and just hurts, and he says you can't really just recover from that because your life takes, like your brain takes you. Just say, hey, like this is gonna be your mental state now, and you just stuck there. Um, there's really no way around it. And he also said, like people are gonna say, which when I was going through a heartbreak, it was kind of the same thing that I heard from other people. It's like, oh, like this is gonna pass, like don't worry about her anymore. Like that's gone. You're gonna find someone. Like that's not helpful at all. That's what he said. He's like, true. Logically, I know it's gonna pass. Like of course, but like that doesn't work, right? Like that's not helpful at all. And he says the only way is just, yeah, you gotta go through it. You gotta go through the heartbreak. And he said like towards the end when he was going, reading and watching videos on some of the breakup advice, and someone said the average like average time people going through a breakup is 11 weeks. He's like, that's so long, 11 weeks, and he's already hit 11 weeks mark, and he's feeling really good now. Um, which is funny, right? Right, crap, because 11 weeks, I think my relationship ended like maybe 70 weeks ago. It's a year and not a half, so I guess more like 60. Close to 70. And I don't know, I think he said how he emotionally processed it. It was right after she hanged up. He said he cried. After that, he had the family night, family gathering, and he built a group chat with his family and said, hey, I've broken up with this girl and don't mention it. Right, which is like really responsible communication, and like props to him, like good for him, he could communicate with his family that way, because like my family throughout this process was not supportive at all. I mean, I think that my dad sometimes said like, hey, like, had you broken up, well, that's before the breakup, but he said, had you broken up with your girlfriend, I'd probably, check on you, like come visit you and whatever. But he basically didn't do that. Like all this time, he like just tiptoed around my emotions. It's like, that's not what I want you to do. Like, just really want you to listen if I'm going through something. But he never does that, right? I mean, that's probably just Asian parents. They never listen to their kids. And then it's like, and then they kind of just, I mean, he canceled the flight actually, instead of come visit me. And I mean, I was saying, hey, like, just leave me alone, because I kind of wanted to be left alone also. Traveling fee ain't cheap, but still, it's like, well, but you did say that you would, right? But then what's more like less helpful is them saying like how betrayed they felt. It's like, really, like, really, you have to make that about you, how heartbroken you are, when I'm the one, living through that breakup. I still can't fathom that. But I mean, that didn't help me emotionally process at all. And Rekrap talked about how he hasn't cried. Like, he cried like a few times in his teenage years, and he's cried a lot fewer times since, and he actually didn't cry that much during breakup. It's funny for me. It's like I think I cried a few times during the relationship, but it's normally just because she makes me sad, or I'm just so terribly exhausted trying to make things work with my ex, and just ended up how things worked out. I mean, didn't work out, right? It's just, it wasn't fun. But afterwards, I haven't cried since. But part of it is just I couldn't emotionally process it right after the breakup, and then afterwards, yeah, I think for 2 months straight. So because like right after my breakup, I was like finishing one summer course and going on to another summer course. So I was already exhausted from all the classes and stuff, a lot of stress there. And right after, I'm like, still have to do my, well, it was Calc 3 as well. It was not, I mean, it wasn't like as hard as differential equations or dynamic systems, but it was still somewhat a hard class, and I was just not having it, man. It was so stressful trying to just do schoolwork every day and learn while having that just somewhere. So I guess I kind of developed habit at that time just to put it at the back of my head and not think of it, I guess. But also after that class, I still couldn't emotionally process it. I think the only time I did was like driving really fast down the highway. And that's kind of because that's what Rekrap talked about. He was listening to a lot of just sad songs after his breakup. And for me, it wasn't songs. I mean, it was songs. I think Eminem coming through a lot of this. Especially Eminem, and anyway, his relationship with his daughter, with his ex-wife. I don't know. I guess that resonated with me, but for me, it wasn't the songs majorly. It was like scrolling until like 4 in the morning on Instagram, and it was just people I got into a lot of depressed biker content, not the autistic biker content, right? It's funny how that goes, but yeah, and that was kind of my way of like emotionally processing it, but that's not really processing it, because I'm just feeling the sadness and just dwelling with the reality of it. I think I really recently just got into like really emotionally like get into the rooks and crannies of a lot of the heartaches and memories, and that's really breaking things down and kind of coming to an understanding. And it's not an understanding of saying like, hey, here's what it happened, because I tried to do that for the longest time. I tried to go to therapy for that. I tried to say, okay, here's what happened. And I mean, I never got closure. I kind of don't want closure anymore, and I never reached out or anything, and I think that definitely helps. um but she did reach out to me once, and I think thought that was just stupid because I didn't trust her at all. I mean, I can't trust her after what happened. But she made a lame excuse of saying like, hey, the Apple Watch you bought me, which I bought just as a gift, and it wasn't even any occasion either. I just felt like buying her a gift off Amazon. I think it was like a little sale or something, and I just got paid, so I was not thinking why not. But she said, hey, like I'm still on your Apple account. Well, first of all, that's just strange because the watch is not on my Apple account. I can go into my account and see like, hey, like what device is on my account. And also, second, even if that's the case, you can take yourself out. That's not that's not an administrative thing that I have to do. And she asked, can I take her off? And I was like, yeah, I don't trust that. So I didn't reply. But recently I realized, well, and this came to a realization because I mean, I found somebody, pretty, and I thought about like not even like ask her out, just like maybe talk to her a little bit, flirt a little bit. But then I don't know. I mean, I didn't do that. I just stopped myself because I thought, well, a lot of things in the back kind of came back to me emotionally, and I didn't feel ready. And I'm not gonna rush myself now, but also it's kind of the realization of it's still dragging me back, right? Like I'm still not over it. I can make fun of it. I can say like, haha, Jared, like that was dumb, like whatever you did and how you conducted yourself, like that wasn't the best way to go about love. But I'm trying to learn from it, but also it's like I don't have an opportunity to really learn from it because I mean, I've been really busy, so I've been mostly alone. And also, it's just, man, I'm not over that. I mean, how can I? Every time I talk to anybody about this, they're just like, man, move on, bro. Like, every time I talk to anybody, they all tell me to move on. But, but it's basically what Rekrap said. Things will, you got this, you're gonna find someone, you're gonna be okay. It's like, again, like Rekrap said, logically, yes, of course it makes sense, like of course that's true, but that's just not helpful. Same for like just move on. It's like, and I think I eventually got resentful towards my friend. It's like, you can move on, like of course you can move on, I can't. Like you don't understand what I went through. You don't understand how much it hurts. And it's like, and it's just me, and I guess I'm jealous of Parker too. Well, that's Rekrap1’s name. It's Parker spelled backward. Rekrap. Anyway, I'm jealous of Parker because he found friends, right, community, or like people online that listens to him, like hears his rant, and his family plays pickleball with him afterwards. And I just never got that. I never got any of that. It's like, people always tell me to like stay in community or not, but like, where were they when I was going through that, besides the few friends that bothered to listen? But then the friends who bothered to listen just says like, like she wasn't really for you, you don't have to worry about that. And then like, but what man, like what the hell, dude? Like, again, you can get over that. I can't. And I'm just realizing that I am still struggling with it, and it's not a fun experience. Even though I don't talk about it, doesn't mean that the problem doesn't persist, and it's dragging me down. And also, um, more that I emotionally process it, like really emotionally process it, and remember what happened, and recalling a lot of these things, I realized I never had a good time in the relationship. I mean, you can hear like Parker talk about this. And he enjoyed a lot of the time. He enjoyed talking about his first kiss. He enjoyed talking about how his girlfriend was ex-girlfriend was very helpful in like helping his relationship with his mom, and he's talking about these nice memories, and you can tell he's someone who's like grateful that the relationship happened. Well, I can't say that for him, but it sounds like he's appreciative of it, to say the least. I don't feel the same way at all. I realize I don't have good things that I can recall in the moments of the relationship and say like, hey, like that was at least someone real, like I'd rather believe it was just all fake, whatever that means. Like for my relationship, I guess that's how bad that was for me, which is fine, but that's extra tough, right? Like it's easier to recover from something. I suppose it's easier for something that to recover from something where you had a like somewhat overall positive experience from it. I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong. But yeah, I'm realizing that because of I didn't have a fun time thinking about it, and I really don't know where to go from that. I don't know what to do with thinking about it, and I don't know. I think I said everything I thought about. Oh yeah, and Parker went to like how his sleep was like so destroyed, and all things has thrown into a spiral. Me too, but also now I have to pick myself up. And he's Parker's situated, right? He paid off his mortgage. He's got a YouTube channel with more than half a million subscribers. That's his career. And I don't have that. I mean, I'm younger, sure, but as a young man, it's like you still have to figure things out. You still have to like get a job, which is not easy for tech guys and engineers right now. Really not easy. I mean, as much I want to just complain about it, but it's not easy. You still have to get situated, like especially for a foreigner like me. And I don't know how to resonate with that still. And I think a lot of the pain of why I can't get over that is because I thought she believed in me, right? I thought she's the only one who like really believed in me. And she said she believed in me, but then the fact that she left like tells me that she doesn't believe in you, bro. And it's been hard, really. Just my life in general, I guess. It's been hard trying to hype your own self up and say like, hey man, like you got this. Like if you don't make it, like if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will, and you're just gonna have to hype yourself up every single day. Every single day you wake up and you be your own hype man. Because nobody else does. Like nobody else believes in you, right? That's tough. That's really tough. Yeah. Yeah. And you can tell from the video from Parker really that you can tell that it hurt him, and the breakup still stings, and I get that. I don't know. I just feel like I got as much grace as someone like that. but it just seemed that I barely ever do get that much grace at all. That's tough. Um, I don't know. I know, right? I'm just this like nobody thinking about if I can get this video to Parker. I mean, whoever's watching this, if Parker's watching this, I really appreciate him talking about this, right? Really appreciate him going into this and, like, not saying, but like, sharing his experience, and that just makes me feel so much better, really, because I realize you can talk about it, right? Even though people don't want to, even though people don't want to admit how bad their last relationship is, but that exists. That's something you can grow from, and I don't know. I always liked Parker, and it's just, again, it's kind of weird because I'm just this random fan. Of course, he doesn't want his fans emailing him all the time or sending him message all the time. I feel like I need help, but I don't know where to find it. I can't find it. I don't feel like that's just me complaining. I feel like I genuinely don't know where, man. I genuinely want someone. I want to feel loved again. I want to feel appreciated again. I genuinely don't know how that goes. I don't know how that would carry out in my life. It's just gonna be whatever this has been this time. You know, like Parker, like I can talk about falling in love and all of that and feeling confident and going at it, but it's like, and that kind of goes back to everything. It's like, how do you be successful? Like Parker is successful. He's really successful, like extraordinarily successful for his age. How do you be someone like that, right? And it's not that I don't try. I feel like, yeah, sure, I may not have tried as hard as everyone else, you know, growing up and all this time, but really, it's just I didn't get a nice of an environment compared to everybody else, and I just want to like, I was dealing with a lot of my emotional issues and trying to find my footing, and when I did, I realized, man, I'm so far behind. I mean, really I'm not, but just I think I'm rushing myself as well, and just ended up not in a good situation. I don't know how to reconcile with that either. But I guess that's part of growing up, being a grown man and doing your own things. But which is funny because, you know, the moment, you know, you're still, you know, figuring things out, it's like, oh, you're still a kid, like, you'll figure things out, man, like, don't worry, but like, you know, like, you want to do something, and you want to be better, you're like, oh, you know, you're just still figuring out, man, like, you know, you don't have to worry about all that, like, just take it slow, man, like, enjoy your 20s, but then the moment you're like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything, and, like, you know, people are annoyed with you not, you know, doing enough, and they're like, dude, you're a grown man, like, you're an adult, like, take responsibility. What? Like, that does not make any sense whatsoever, and I really don't get it. So yeah, that's also really funny to me. Wow. I like talking about these things just because, and it's funny, right? Because, like, you think Rekrap has talked about what he talked about in his video in real life. I really haven't. Like, who do I talk to, you know? And part of me is like, I don't want to trauma dump on my friend every time I talk to them. And they're busy too. They have their things to do. And also, they're just not the most supportive. I'm not trying to hold resentment. It's like, you know, like talking to you guys doesn't help because you guys apparently don't get it. Like you guys apparently just say like move on, bro. It's like you move on, bro. Um, how does that ever reconcile with anyone? Um, yeah. If there's anything I've learned from the entire experience, it's really just um, there's no one there to bail you out. There's no one there to save you. No one really believes in you. And that's not to be cynical about it. It's like, like ask somebody else to do your work. Who's gonna do that? No one's gonna do that. And I feel like that's what's shallow about a lot of the people is like you can totally help somebody else. Like, yeah, sure, it will take immense amount of time, immense amount of brain power and dedication, but it's like that's what love is, if and that may not be very comfortable or easy sometimes, but like that, I don't know, ask somebody to do that for you. Good luck. No one's gonna do your work for you. No one is going to bail you out. If you have family to do that for you, great. I mean, good for you. But not everybody have that, man. Really, not everybody have that. And just kind of the realization of, hey, man, maybe there's one day, like there's love, or someone is going to, like you're gonna find someone like you or someone you love. It's like that's just hope, and that's all I am running on. But at the same time, it's just so far away, and I don't know how to deal with that, man. I don't know how to reconcile with that. Something so far away. How do you at all reconcile that? I guess that's all I want to say. There's a lot you want to always unpack emotionally, and you can only unpack it in such ways. Just kind of rant about it, talk about it excessively, and that's the best way for you to do it. For me, at least. I mean, I suppose there's much better ways to deal with that, but for me, I suppose that's it. Yeah. Hope this is some productive talk. This yap sesh. Maybe I should do something, because I expect people to do something while they hear me talk, but maybe I should like do a GTA gameplay or Minecraft gameplay like Parker does, I guess. But let's be honest, who watched these videos besides myself? So anyway, yeah, I hope I genuinely don't wish my situation on my worst enemy, man. It's like you're lonely, nobody really believes in you, you're in a foreign country, but situation isn't good for you, for your future, for your career and livelihood, and it's not like you don't enjoy what you do. Like you're grateful for this opportunity and this place and this at this time, but it's just lonely. But there's no one to talk to. You've left everything at home already, and it's like, now what? And all you really, but like all these problems, right? Everything I talk about, all I really need is just someone to believe in me. But like that's whole, like who's gonna do that?